Hi guys, and welcome back to our On The Move career mode. Now, I do have a little bit of explaining to do before we do go into this episode. So, as you've probably noticed by now, we've pretty much skipped over an entire month, and I'll explain why on what's happened. So, in the last episode, was going to be the last episode, I did a huge episode for you guys with a new signing and a bunch of games and the entire footage corrupted, which, you know, I'm over it now. It happens. I was going to release it yesterday, but instead I obviously made a different video yesterday. And the main reason for that was because of this. I did all this footage, played a load of games for you guys, and I think I got a bit cocky because I have explained in the past that the bigger the footage, the more likely it is for the footage to corrupt. But because we've gone through quite a long phase of footage not being corrupted and everything being fine, I literally doubled the amount of time that I normally would record, and it backfired. Everything corrupted. The audio was horrible. I could have probably done a sort of post-commentary video, but I don't really like doing that. I'm not a post-commentary type person because you don't really get the emotion. You don't see the emotion. It's just me talking about what's already happened. I don't really like that. So I'll kind of explain what has happened and what signing we made. That is what I'll explain first. The signing we did make was a player that had been suggested a million times, especially in the rebuilding Sunderland career mode, not just this one, and in this series as well. It was suggested a good couple of times. So the player we have gone for, and bear in mind we only had 7 million at the time, the player we have gone for is Charles Kabore. Now, Charles Kabore is one of those players that, yeah, he might only be rated 77 and you'll think he's a waste of money. He's not. There are plenty of players in FIFA 18 who play way above their rating. For example, in the rebuilding Sunderland career mode, we bought Rico Henry as a left back, and I ended up preferring him to Luke Shaw, who's way higher in terms of rating. But Rico Henry was just incredible, and I think he was one of the lowest rated players on our team, and probably one of my favourite players as well. So I'll explain what happened in the last episode anyway, because we went through plenty of games. Well, we went through 5 games, and don't get me wrong, guys, it didn't go well. So Kabore made his debut against Udinese, and he did get himself a goal. We were 2-0 up at half time. Everything seemed incredible, and then everything went down the drain, and we ended up drawing 2-2. But then we did go into the next game, Cagliari, and guess who got the winner? Kabore. Kabore got it. We were 1-0 down within the first few moments, and Pulisic managed to get himself the equaliser, and then Kabore scored with about 10-15 minutes left to make it 2-1, and then we had a really boring 0-0 draw, and then it didn't go fantastic from there. We lost 3-0 to Sampdoria, and I'm pretty glad that you haven't seen the footage from this game because it was just me complaining, generic FIFA complaints, how the buttons aren't working and it's not reacting to this, that and the other, which, to be fair, at the time it didn't feel like it was, but I'm not as sour as I was yesterday when I was recording it. So we did lose 3-0, and we had, I think it was 19 shots to their 3, and that was the most frustrating thing. Their keeper was either pulling out fantastic saves or we just couldn't score in general, and every time they went forward they scored. So that was a really frustrating thing as well. Then we went to Roma, in which I thought we're going to get battered here, and we didn't get battered at all. I think Roma only had a couple of chances, if that, and we had a good 6, 7 or 8, but we just couldn't score. So the performances are there, we're still just not scoring. And in terms of the signing Kabore, he's been absolutely excellent so far. So, apologies guys that the footage did corrupt. It's completely out of my hands. I probably could have gone to a previous save and done it all over again, but then I'd feel like I'm almost cheating myself because look at these results, they're poor. They're absolutely awful, really. So if I did go back and win all those games and act like nothing had happened beforehand, I'd feel like I'm cheating the game a little bit. But our first game in this episode is the derby against Inter Milan. We did lose the reverse fixture against them, I'm pretty sure. Let me just quickly check. I'm sure we lost 1-0 the first time we did play them. Yes, we did. We lost 1-0 against them. So there's some revenge to be had against Inter today. But as you can see in the league, we've dropped down massively. We were 3rd the last time you would have seen the league table. We are currently 8th. We're on 41 points. We do have a game in hand on pretty much everyone else around us, apart from Inter, who we're about to play now. But with a win, we can jump up to 6th, which isn't fantastic, but there's still quite a few games left in the season. So if we do manage to string a good run together, there's no reason why we can't be in that top 4, top 3, which is kind of what I'm aiming for now because Juventus have pretty much ran away with the league. And we have also just received the news that Sadio Mane has finally returned from injury. Still picked up a knock, so I'll probably leave him on the bench. If things aren't going to plan, then I might bring him on. Barkley's been, I don't know why he's got the arrow going up there. He's been absolutely horrendous. I mean, one game he'll be scoring goals, he'll be scoring crackers, and the next he can't pass a ball whatsoever. He just feels really, really inconsistent. But the pairing in the middle between Kessie and Kabore, two really strong players, and Kabore's been fantastic so far, even when we didn't play great in the corrupted episode, I should say. He was a shining light. So this is the squad, or the team, sorry, we are going to go against Inter with. We've got Niang on the left rather than as a striker this time. We've got Silva and King up top. Pulisic still in the lineup. So let's get into it. And here we are, guys. It's a really, really big one. Can we get ourselves some revenge on our arch rivals, Inter Milan? Apologies in advance, by the way, guys. I've got a really, really bad throat and it might crackle up at several times during the episode. I haven't been particularly well in recent weeks, as you may have noticed in certain episodes. I've noticed it myself, where I've just seemed a bit down and a bit drained and sort of lacking in energy. So pretty much since the start of this series, I haven't been 100%, but I'm hoping to get better soon. I've just been having really bad it's basically just sort of like a man flu, not feeling great, bad head and bad throat and stuff like that. But let's hope, I'm coming towards the end of it, and let's hope we get ourselves 3 points. Nicely done by Kabore, finds his man, and it's a good save from Handanovic. See, we're starting well, and this seemed to be the theme previously as well. We'll start well, we'll get plenty of chances, and then the opposition will get one chance and score it. We just need to find a way to get ourselves a couple of goals in front rather than maybe just getting the one and allowing them to get back into the game. Nicely done by Pulisic. Get it out wide. He does find his man. Get it out to the back post. It's a bit too far, but Niang has kept it in. He finds Rodriguez. Still Rodriguez. Gets it in towards Joshua King. He comes back. Finds his man. Niang. Get it towards the back post. It's a decent ball towards Pulisic. He's gone in at the back post, and Pulisic gets himself a goal. It's 1-0 in the derby. I'm sure that's almost the exact same goal he scored for his first goal for the club. He's winning headers all over the shop, considering he's only 5'8". Patient build-up beforehand. Whips in towards the back post, and there he is again. Pulisic on fire at the moment, and it's 1-0. And there goes the half-time whistle. I think just about a fair result so far. Inter, towards the end of that second half, we're starting to get into the game a lot more. We probably should be 1 or 2-0 up by now, but it's not to be. No, actually, if you see, the shots are exactly the same. We've both had 4 efforts, but Inter's shots all came towards the back end of that second half. So we're quite lucky that we are actually in front. Possession-wise, we're keeping hold of the ball well, as you can see, 66% to 34%. Which is the sort of tactic that I have been going for recently, just trying to keep hold of the ball and be a bit more patient rather than going for goal immediately and then leaving ourselves vulnerable at the back. So let's hope we can hold on to this or add to it at least. Kabore with the ball out wide for his man. Does find Pulisic now with his turn of pace. He's bombing forward. Pulisic, help him out. He's got very little help. The runs off the ball are just awful, particularly with this formation. Kabore. Kabore with the effort, and it's gone way wide. Still King, and it's a good save. This is what Kabore is just so good at. He just breaks up the play, calms it down. Plays the ball out, and now run their attack again. Now it's a good chance now for Silva. Can he finish? Surely he can. It's 2-0. 15 minutes, or just over 15 minutes left, and Silva has made it 2-0. Patient build-up. Kabore breaking up the play, holding on to it, distributing calmly around the pitch between them until the gap did become apparent. And there is Silva knocking it over the keeper to make it 2-0. Come on, lads. It looks like revenge is on the cards. This is excellent football again from the lads, and it's Rodriguez. This is way more like it. Rodriguez, neatly done from Rodriguez. Gets it towards the back post. He heads it, and it should have maybe brought it down, but it was lovely football nevertheless. And Inter do have themselves a free kick in a very, very dangerous position later on in the game, with a chance to get themselves a consolation goal, and they fit it high and wide. And that should be the last chance of the game. And there goes the full-time whistle, guys. Revenge is completed over Inter Milan 2-0, and I'm more happy with the defence more than anything, because we've been absolutely horrendous at the back in recent games. So all round it was a fantastic result and a great performance. So guys, next up we do have a game away from home against Genoa. In this episode, by the way, I'm not going to be simulating any games. We're just playing 3 games today, because you'll see why later on as to what is coming up after those 3 games. But in this game we are going to be trial running Mane going up top, because in real life he can play as a striker. He was originally a striker before going to Liverpool, where he was played mainly as a winger. So now we do have incredible pace up top and on the wings as well. I am going to be keeping Kabore and Kessie as well as the partnering midfielders. So let's get into the game. And here we are, guys, visiting Genoa today. Let's hope Mane can come back with a bang from his return from injury. Come on. Get it away. It's a good save immediately. I tend to find that when the opposition have kick-off, they always end up with a shot or a very good chance at a goal. It's like our team just aren't ready for it. We need to get the ball quickly, because they will score, and it's an incredible save from Donnarumma. Again, this is what I mean. It's almost every single game where this is happening. If they have kick-off, get it away. Get it away, and they've scored. It was an absolute mess in the middle. Couldn't get the ball under control. A couple of misplaced passes. And as you can see, there's Kabore on the floor, just exiting a really dirty challenge. He'd probably be booked in a second for that. And we're 1-0 down. This is how quickly things can change in this league. It's really, really difficult. I didn't expect it to be this difficult, to be honest with you guys. But now here is Kabore. Just find his man. Can he get there first? He can, and straight away, Sadio Mane, on his return from injury, gets himself an equaliser, gets himself a goal, and it's 1-1. Get in. Slipped through by Kabore, then with the outside of his boot, he's smashed it into the bottom corner, and it is 1-1. But what I was about to say, guys, was a couple of comments did come through early-ish, or early on in the series, saying that the Italian league is actually one of the most difficult to do in Korea, which I wasn't aware of, and I'm not too sure why. But now here is Mane, and he's hit the post. But yeah, that is what has been said, and I wouldn't know because I'm not really familiar with playing in any other league other than England in career mode, so I wouldn't really know. But if that's the case, then I'm quite liking the challenge, because if you did watch the rebuild in Sunderland career mode, we ended up absolutely storming the league and everything else, and now here is another chance now. And why is Kabore left it? It still fell to his man. Gets into the box, surely! Oh, Mane could have even took a touch there. Go on, Mane. Get there first, Mane! And he hits it! It's gone in! Mane with a double on his return from injury. He's been absolutely excellent today in this game. And what a decision that was, really, to put him up front alongside King, because both of them have been really, really dangerous. And as you can see there, he has got himself his second goal of the game, and we are now in front 2-1. Oh no, and straight away, I was going to say they've got themselves an equaliser, but they have managed to really mess up that chance. What a game this has been so far, coming back from behind, which I don't think we've even done well once this series so far. But this game could go either way. I'm hopeful that we can get ourselves another 3 points. It's been a while since we've got back-to-back victories. Now here is Mane. He's been excellent so far to Pulisic. He comes inside. Back to Mane. He does have an effort, and it's hit the outside of the near post. Now there's a ball being played for Mane to chase. He does have the pace to get there. He has done. Surely still Mane has an effort. And it's gone wide. What a chance that was. Now Mane's getting booked for an off the ball challenge. It's a bit of a mess there in the area. I thought that was going to trickle over the line after that deflected effort from Mane. Corner's whipped in. Headed. And it's been tips over the bar. We just need that next goal because I never feel comfortable with a 1-goal lead. It's a ball there for Pulisic to chase. He does get there. There's no support in the middle. He's thinking towards Mane. Surely he does. He's got himself a hat-trick on his return. It's 3-1. And that is surely 3 points. We've been really under so much pressure in the last 15 minutes or so. We've barely been able to get it out of our own half. But we have managed to get out and get ourselves a third. And it looks like we have got ourselves the win. 3-1. But it is now, guys, and 3 points are coming towards. Again, I think that is the first time in a good few months since we've had back-to-back wins. So hopefully this is the start of something special now. There we go, you can see it wasn't as easy as it may have looked. Genoa definitely had chances of their own, but we have managed to get ourselves a win. And next up, guys, we are playing Chievo, who are currently 11th in the league. And as you can see, we are currently 5th in the league on 47 points. There's actually 4 teams that are all on that same total, and the only 9 points separate 10th from 2nd. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's crazy to think of. It's so tight. With a couple of wins or a couple of losses, it can change everything. But yes, we do now go up against Chievo, and with a win we do have potential to go to 3rd depending on Napoli's result. But unfortunately, due to massive fitness concerns, we've had to pretty much change every single player bar the goalkeeper and Rodriguez, because Antonelli at the moment is actually out injured, which I did forget to mention. So Rodriguez is going to have to play regardless, and there is the rest of the team. Not one player that played in the last game is on the pitch at the moment. I'm hoping to God this doesn't backfire big time, because I think there was only 2 or 3 games, or 2 or 3 days, sorry, between each game. And that is why there is such big fitness problems at the moment. So let's get into the game and hope that we can get ourselves a 3 points with this reserve team pretty much. And here we are, guys, back at the San Siro. Chievo, the visitors. And we do have our reserve team out today. I'm hoping this isn't going to backfire big time like I said before. Here is Conte coming forward now. Gets it out wide to Barini. He knocks it on. Can he dink it in towards the back post? He can. It's a great ball. Surely he can. What a goal that is. Absolutely fantastic build-up. We've literally just kept hold of the ball for the last 10 minutes because there was no movement, or very little movement off the ball, and there was nowhere to go really. And an in-swinging cross does find his man. Whipped in, and what a finish that is. Knocking it into the far corner by Chanaloglu. And it is 1-0. The reserves are doing us proud. Go on, Barkley. Keep going, son. Still Ross Barkley. Barkley strikes one, and it's a great effort. It's a equally great save by the keeper. Here is Barkley now. His first touch wasn't great, but he still managed to keep it under control. Barkley. We've won it back through Barini. Nicely done. Give it back to Barini. He has done. Whips it towards Chanaloglu. Gets it across goal. Can he get there? Surely he does. Fantastic football. It's 2-0. And it's Silva who gets himself on the score sheet. It's been an excellent performance. Truly fantastic. And there goes half-time whistle, guys. It's been a 10 out of 10 performance so far, if you ask me. They've been really good. Really solid. We haven't made as many chances as we would normally do with the first team, but defensively we've been probably better than the first team, if anything, and we more than deserve this lead. Can we add to it in the second half? Come on, get into him, hold him off. Oh no, they've got a good chance here, and they've ballooned it high and wide. It's their first real chance of the game. The first time our defence has been cut through. Go on, Barini, make the overlapping run. He has done. Barini towards Chanaloglu at the back post. Surely it is. It's 3-0. Well deserved. It's a similar goal to the last. But I don't mind. It's fantastic build-up. Fantastic play. And I tell you what, every single one of these players, regardless of their normal position in the squad, because like I say, almost all of these are reserve players that we don't normally use. Everyone has made a case for why they should be in the starting 11. Oh, that's a fantastic ball for Çalhanoğlu. Still Çalhanoğlu. He's come inside. Surely he needs to finish it. And he hasn't. It's Borini. And he has finally finished it. Borini gets himself a goal, who, again, he's been fantastic as well. 4-0. It's our biggest win, or our biggest goal margin in quite some time, since the opening day of the season, I think, where we won 5-0. What a performance. And there goes a full-time whistle, guys. The performance was absolutely perfect. Every player did what I wanted them to do. Defensively, like I said, more than anything, they were absolutely excellent. We limited them to only 1 shot, and out of 10 shots that we had, we managed to put 4 away. So that's just a brilliant return and a fantastic result. So guys, after that result, we are currently 4th in the league, which isn't bad whatsoever, but we are going to leave it here. 3 wins out of 3 games isn't bad whatsoever. I think that's the most we've ever gone whilst winning. It's our biggest winning run of the season so far, so hopefully that does continue, but it does not get any easier, because the first game in the next episode is going to be against the league leaders Juventus, which is going to be the toughest test yet so far. So if you have enjoyed the episode, guys, please smash that like button for me. I'd massively appreciate it, and also subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarni Army. The channel's Instagram is also in the description below, so be sure to follow that for early updates on upcoming content. But for now, you take care and stay jammy.